All right. Flashpoint returns. Ebontis, what's going on, man?
Oh, back after a whole bunch of road trip driving and things like that. So kind of glad to be back, but it was good. Saw
Nice.
all the tourist things, so I'm kind of done with that for a minute.
Got it all out your system?
Yeah. I'm pretty solid on that front for now.
I hear you, man. Well, listen, man, getting away is always good sometimes just to clear the mind and de-stress. We missed you. You know what I mean?
Oh,
I didn't have the heart to do it solo. I was like, I could do it, but it just so much info. I was like, this is just too much to not do
yeah,
it. You
it's
know
a
what I'm
lot.
saying?
So hashtag strap in for long point, guys. We got a lot to cover.
Yeah.
We're trying to get started early, but it was like
He low
great,
key
great
blaming me.
aspirations. No,
He
no, I
he
was just
low key
saying.
blaming me,
No,
y'all.
it's
Just letting y'all
basically
know I've been thrown under the bus.
no. Honestly, it's just well laid plans. If it wasn't you, it would have been me and something out of the sun. No, trust me, it's always something going on when you're like, oh, I'm totally going to start it early, and then nope, something gets in the way.
Other
So
things had plans, but
yeah, you're
we are
good. You're
back in
good.
the mix, man. We got a lot to talk about. Very
Yep.
excited. Let's get to it, man. What's going on?
Well, for us at
Hmm.
least, we've got a couple twabs to cover.
Hmm.
We've got Solstice of Heroes is live. We've got a little Forsaken tidbit drops here and there. We've got this
Hmm.
wonderful new weapons and gear to talk about. So, quite a few things we're going to try and go in chronological order. Try not to have wait too long on everything and then just kind of pick any random tangents we always get off on. So, strap in, guys. Long point coming. We got a lot to cover. So,
Yes.
first thing, since I was out of town, we'll step back a week, do this week
Hmm.
at Bungie for the 26th.
Sure.
So straight away, first thing is this right here. So
Mhm.
we've got the Forsaken new weapons and gear trailer. So I want to just play this real quick, and then we're just
Mhm.
going to kind of pause on each one and talk about them
Sure.
as we go through.
Mm.
Looking good.
Yeah, man. This when this hit, I
All
was
right,
like,
so two-tailed
whoa,
fox.
whoa.
So you got two rockets, which is already insane. One solar, one void. So I got a question. Do you
Yes.
think you lock on with both? Do you think
You
it's
read
just
my
like you
mind.
move? Do
My
you move really
flashpoint
quickly,
brethren.
or what do you got? Because it looked like a really big aiming reticle.
It did. I don't know why. My gut is telling me that it's gonna if it does track, it's gonna be light tracking, almost like the Hake rocket launchers.
Okay.
But
Yeah.
not like aggressive in the days of a Truth and a Galahorn. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Because I mean that would
Truth
be
was. Oh, I love truth.
oh yeah,
I want
Truth.
that back
Truth
so bad.
Truth was the truth.
Well, like truth in PvP was kind of the epic tracking, but even just some tracking in PvE
Yeah,
that actually like kind of worked would be really great. I miss
absolutely.
that.
Yeah, definitely. And yeah, because I feel if it's aggressive, this is like a win button.
Oh yeah, it's going to be like and when because
Oh,
especially if you can get two kills, like if you got a
yeah.
little tracking like partway across the big map, yeah, just go
Hmm.
lock him down.
Absolutely. So all I can think of, if it does have some form of aggressive tracking, maybe they balance it by implementing like a reticle lock on, right?
Oh,
And
okay,
then
yeah,
if you get that, then you get your guaranteed kind of thing, just to kind of balance that thing out. But that's
yeah,
impressive. That looks fun. That looks
yeah.
fun.
And this is like kind of what I was saying even in chat there. Frosty is he was a lurker before, now we're just having a full blown conversation. So
Nice.
we had it. I like how these are starting to feel exotic. That word is
Yes.
actually holding true now. So this is more of
Yes.
what I've been asking for forever. So
Hmm.
yeah, that one looks cool. Next,
Hmm.
yeah, that's just awesome.
Yeah, it's fire.
All right. By the way, just loving the look of these right here. The
Hmm.
Antius wards slide to reflect projectiles. Now I've seen people do reviews over these, and I've got the same idea. It's fun in theory,
Theory.
but this is one of those. I'm like, how easy is this going to be to do? Be like, oh, void bomb, because somebody's just going to void bomb you fast, and you can't slide. So you got to be running for these. It's.
Hmm.
I wish it was something a little more, just not sliding. Sliding is going to
Right.
be rough. Like,
Yeah, yeah. This that's a good point. How practical is it, right? And
yeah,
it might be niche, but what I'm hoping for is generally stuff like this in Destiny 2 that's niche sometimes have a secondary passive perk. So
yeah,
one
it's
could
true.
hope, because let's be honest, what the scenarios to try to pull that off, it's very rare for you to give up your exotic slot. So there needs to be something passive that constantly does something to aid you in addition to this feature. You know what I mean? And that's what I'm
Yep.
banking on. So we'll see.
Yeah.
But the idea that the fantasy of it is dope. I like that.
Yeah. And this is kind of my general like issue with a lot of what we got going on in D2.
Mhm.
Some of the weapons are really starting to feel cool. The armor still
Mhm.
doesn't quite have that exotic feel. Like a
Yeah.
two-way rocket launcher of different types sounds real cool. Slider reflector projectile, maybe usable for armor. I'm like, they just don't they don't feel like on the same level, the weapons versus the armor. So
Yeah.
we'll see if some of them get there. But we got one, and again, like some are more practical. So next we've got, so I was like, in theory, also I don't know how hard it's going to be to aim.
Yeah, that's true.
We got our Trinity Ghoul. So this is going to be the bow. This is the one we already saw in the previews for any of the footage from Gambit. Precision kills create an electrical storm. So fire it out.
Yeah, sick.
Now there's a whole bunch of low-level guys there, so I'm pretty sure this is like set up really well.
Yes.
I wonder if it's actually going to be this powerful.
Yeah, this is the marketing team at their finest right now.
You're like, hold on. So, okay, set up this little situation. It's like they have their little dev area. Here's a little hole in the ground. Had all these enemies. They have 1 health, and then the storm kills them all. I always wonder if like that's how they set these things up. It'd be.
I think that's actually how it does it. The sandbox team, they get in there and they get busy and they start coming up with these cinematic things from angles and, like you said, scenarios that make this thing crazy.
It's like that would be a fun team to be on. All right, make a crazy situation so this gun looks good. Can I mess with the entire sandbox in every way possible? Yes. All right, we're gonna have some fun. Like I feel like that's how that conversation goes. So
no doubt.
But yeah, that's cool. 6 Coyote also for one looks cool.
That
This in theory,
talk to me.
Like now that's the hunter mobility I want.
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
But what I wish is this was actually like a perk on the new ninja tree as opposed to an exotic. I'd almost like to see the double dodge be like, you know, you get that instead of a smoke grenade. Like, and that's your mobility build versus the smoke grenade being like a smoke wall. I'd like to see almost. So, I mean, while the double dodge is cool, you give up your exotic for, okay, but again, are you going to use 6 Coyote over Wormhusk or Celestial or Radiant Flux? Like,
facts.
That's the part where the armor, there's always going to be an elite. That's why we need, I think, more, you know, bubbles in our builds. So
yeah, absolutely. They have that customization.
Okay, I gotta pause it. This thing looks too awesome.
Let's go.
Looks so good. So it is detonate an explosion. 5 hits, 3, 4, boom.
Yeah.
And that's a huge explosion.
Yep. You see the radius on that?
Yeah, that's like bigger than a cursed thrall. So that's legit right there. Then we're looking at this one. You know what's coming if you've looked at this. It says projectile sword. So we're getting back to a little bolt caster action.
Yes.
I also like the ornate look of it because you actually have a hollow sword with like a little jewel inside. Like it just, I mean, always art team killing it on these things.
Of course.
Slash, and fire.
Dope.
Just awesome. Now this one,
interesting.
1,000 voices. This has got to be one of the craziest looking things. But this is again, I'll get to it in a second. You're going to take this thing, you're going to draw a line on the ground and have it explode. So it's going to take stuff like Prometheus Lens and Cold Heart and outshine them in every way, it looks like.
Well, I mean, in theory,
it's not continuous damage, I know, but it's like, it's that theory, but like cranked up. And this is why I worry. The new exotics and new
Here
things
we go. We're going to start fighting again.
No. I went back and watched that literally before we got started. And the way they asked the question is, are there going to be like, you know, updates for the old subclass trees or orbs or whatever they call it? And he's like, there will be some bug fixes, but nothing really to plan at this time. So I still don't think it sounds like they're going to do a lot.
Here we go.
No, I'm throwing it out there. You know, I'm making my point. No, how is Solstice going?
Lord Negative. That's what I'm start calling you now. Lord Negative.
Oh,
Here we go. Now we had this conversation before about another subject matter.
I went back and listened to it again because you're like, dude, I listened to it, and I was like, finally did it again this morning. I'm like, I don't know. So we'll see.
Listen,
but.
Yeah, I'll let you finish.
No, I was just gonna say Forsaken is looking really good. Like I'm like totally on hype train, all aboard, choo choo. I love how somebody on my text, I forget, or on my Twitter was like, "Choo choo, mother truckers." I was like, I saw that one. I was like, nice, nice.
No doubt.
But like Forsaken looks so good. I'm kind of just like, I'm getting the feeling like stuff from like year one is going to be falling off, which part of me is actually okay with. Now the subclasses is one thing because you're stuck with those, but if the new weapons like outshine old weapons and we actually all want to use new things, that's actually a really good thing, because I wish they would make bigger transitions to like year two and kind of leave more of your old stuff so you're not always using the same 5 guns. Subclasses, though, those I feel need equated. So half and half. We'll see.
All right. No, I hear you, man. Listen, we've been at this, and don't let them fool you, y'all. Lordy Bontes giving me the business, man. He's like, I don't know. They revealing so much, and I get it. You know what I'm saying? But as I've stated, stay consistent. You know, with the state of the game, they have to keep generating interest, especially during this period, because this is the most typically dead period in Destiny. So what they're doing is forcing engagement. You know what I'm saying? Creating excitement, forcing engagement. People now wanting to play, now doing Solstice. You know, we're going to get deeper into Solstice, soon. But, it's just one of those things, man. They know the position they're in. And I think under normal circumstances, we would not get all of this information. Now, to your point in reference to the exotics, as far as the old stuff, right? That's really the big over thing. Like with all this cool new stuff, how much will the old stuff be effective? History has taught us with Taken King and things like that. Those things always get kind of brought up in like a silent patch right before release. Now, now back to the specific thing in question, which was the Game Informer. Was it the Game Informer article?
Yeah, it was the Q&A, like the last video they did, and it's like if you guys want to know the timestamp, about 13 minutes 30 seconds. Go watch it while you guys are like listening to us real quick. But I was like, you got to let us know our thoughts. Hit us up on Twitter. Let us know. Are you on, Camp Cognito? Where you're like, hey, be like, they're just being subtle. They're not telling us everything. Are you in Camp Bontis? Where I'm like, hey, I think the subclasses might get tiny bug fixes, but like I don't think they're gonna get buffed to join like the level.
Right. And there's a good argument. I get it. The argument for you could be like, hey, they don't really have enough time because they've been crunching to get Forsaken, and maybe those get upped at a later date. But the key thing is in questions was the Game Informer, Scott Taylor, and I forgot the other gentleman's name. He's really funny, but I forget him. Yeah,
Scott Taylor, and is it like Steve Cotton? I think, is that right?
Yeah, I think so. And the specific question was asked about, the subclasses, and their exact answer was, they paused for a second. And he's like, we don't have anything to say at this time. So I know you interpreted it like, yo, it's not coming, and I can see some of your argument there. I can get it. I'm not totally thinking you're crazy now, but the way I see it is just marketing 101. Because when they ask other questions, when is this going to be in Forsaken, the answer was no.
Right? Well, it felt like the question before it had a similar tone of answer, like because they didn't want to say like. I feel like that was almost managing expectations, is what that one was. They were like. It's like, okay, they don't want to be like, yeah, we're gonna buff them all. I was like, yeah, we probably have some bug fixes. It's not like some of the stuff they're like, we're not saying right now. Like there's that tone, and then there's like not in Forsaken, and then that one was like floating in a weird spot in between, like bug fixes, yes, big buffs, like I don't know. So again, that's my hunch versus your hunch.
We'll on my last point is we'll leave it after the fans. If it wasn't coming, they have to say no. You know what I'm saying? Like they just, to me, it just comes down to deliverables. You know what I'm saying? Like, when is it going to be ready? So they don't want to say, oh, it's definitely going to be there at launch. Maybe it does come a week or two after or whatever. But in my heart, I say it's coming, but we'll leave that for the day. Long point, continue. We'll leave it for the fans and we'll actually see what happens.
So 1,000 voices. This thing is bananas. Yes. So you draw lines on the ground. Now, whatever shape you draw and make a video of, they could be kind of crude, but we'll have to find out. That's going to happen. So
yeah, you already. Did you see Dado's response to this in his little review?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, he was like, what people are going to be drawing on the ground. He inferred that it would be phallic drawings on the ground while people use this thing to blow up and be silly. I thought it was hilarious. It was
yeah, that's definitely going to happen. But yeah, look at this thing. It's just
Yeah, shout out to Frosty. Frosty said it. Low key, everybody.
boom. But it just looks like it's a flyby, drive it on like
Yeah.
Exploding beam of fire. That pretty much just says it. So insane. Now this one could be crazy. Elemental explosions from precision kinetic kills. That takes any kinetic weapon and basically gives it fire. Like, what is it? Firefly? Yeah.
Yeah.
And then Wish Ender.
Interesting.
This looks bam. Like that could be a problem.
Yeah, that could be a huge problem. And that thing, like I said, both I played them at E3. They felt good, and they really did. You know what I'm saying? And not only that, you're talking now competitive trials and glory. You know what I'm saying? Using that kind of stuff.
Oh yeah. Oh, so that's most of them, I think. Oh no, not quite.
Not quite. The legend returns.
Now gives extra damage after a kill, but it also looked like it exploded.
Yeah, it did. Almost like a Dragonfly-esque perk.
Yeah, because it's like fire. Like that was a little bigger than normal. I'm not sure that's how Forsaken dies. So I don't know. I mean, hopefully we give a little shout out to Cade Love there. So we'll see.
Yeah, that's gonna be interesting to play with. It is homage weapon, so that's cool.
Oh, hold on, we got
that shotgun. Yeah, feed that. Right?
Yeah, there we go. We'll pause the video frame by frame. I love one of the guys in chat. Leprechaun is like, I'm becoming a bow main. Doesn't matter what class he plays all the time.
Shout out to Leprechaun.
These are the times when I see like, I love the look of stuff like this. Like the crimson ornament that's like ornate and stuff. Like the time it takes to render that stuff, cool. So
they do a fantastic job with these designs. Like they're so unique, and it just makes you want to learn more about that gun. Like where did it come? Like that's a lore tab gun, right? As soon as you
absolutely.
Where this thing was formed from? Like this looks crazy.
Like that looks like half Mercury, half Warmind crossed into Egyptian all over. I don't know.
Yeah,
it looks like it's got like an ivory. It literally looks like an ivory shotgun handle too. I'm like, what is this thing made of?
That about? Yeah, I love like all the Egyptian Osiris-y kind of, almost hieroglyphic stuff on it. Like this thing just looks cool. I can't wait to know what it does.
Yeah. So they got a couple secrets, but again, kind of back to what we're saying. It's like I know they're going for the marketing, but man, I don't know. I'm hoping there's. I know I've skipped the Dreaming City info just because like I don't want it to be spoiled. But man, I don't know if I'm going to be surprised by more than like 2 or 3 exotics. I feel like we've seen most by now.
I feel you. I'm going to be excited when it launches. That's what I'm ready, baby.
Wait a minute.
What's up?
Oh, well, look at that hand cannon. That doesn't look the same because that almost has a knife on the bottom. Yeah. That's not Ace of Spades, is it?
That does not look like Ace of Spades at all.
So, I don't know, man. Like,
I'm just going to tell you right now. I need one exotic, or this whole DLC is a fail. I'm probably the only person here.
If you say D1, get over it. No.
Yeah, I know, right? Yo, I am a Lord of Wolves guy. Like,
your 3-tap shotgun. Right?
Yo, it was like a pulse shotty.
Yeah.
And I went to the lighthouse stuff first ever, the only time, because of that gun. Like that gun, and then it had recovery buff.
Yeah, that little buff.
If you were in that radius. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
I mean, and you would hope it comes back because of where we are with the the prison and all that stuff, where
like a Scorn version of that or something.
Yeah, man, I love that thing. It had crazy range. It was a little weird to handle, but come on, I'm Lord Cognito. Gotta have a Lord of Wolves. It's only right. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, that was my gun, and I love the design. Remember, it had the little fire coming out the thing, the front. You don't remember it? It was basically kind of like a.
It was basically like a torch the whole time. So yeah.
Oh man, I missed that gun. I want it so bad. So we'll see. Hopefully we get it. But now the DLC will still be fantastic about it. It's me being selfish. Continue.
All right. Continue. I love in chat. Thorn, please. I'm be like that opens a whole different can of worms. Par 5. Hold that thought. And then that one we know about. Now we've seen that Titan face. This one is different. This looks like kind of a auto rifle looking situation. But like the barrel is very smooth, so it's definitely its own look there, which is cool. There's those boots again. Maybe it's the boots. That could just be a gun. Who knows?
Yeah, maybe regular legendary, but it looks cool. This is what I need to know about.
What is this?
What is this? What class? Do you think this is? I'm hoping it's Warlock, but what class is that? Can you, if you didn't guess?
Shoulders don't look big enough to be a Titan, but I always feel like I kept seeing it on Titans, or everybody thought it was. Yeah. But those shoulders don't look Titan size.
That's why my heart is saying Warlock.
It might be
this
a Warlock.
Thing looks cool. What does it do? What is going on here?
I don't know. Mesh face and all that crazy stuff. Bananas. And he's got like a skull cap on too. It's weird. I don't know what's happening. So
this is crazy. I have to know what that's about.
Why is the jet helmet back? Why is this thing back?
Come on, it's got a place in my heart. You hated it?
It's just like I'm tired of the big airplane wings.
It looks cool.
Like just slap two Southwest logos on either side. Man.
I'm done. Listen, you got me. I always was envious of you guys when the Prison of Elders gear came out. I just thought it was over the top, but I just loved it.
I was like, that's exactly like Titan stuff is over the top, but I want I don't know, give me a little tweak to it. Don't give me the same helm for the third time. I've seen this thing a lot.
Yo, gotta shout out Fallout Plays, man. He had one of the funniest tweets. He's breaking this thing down like how we're breaking it down.
Yeah.
He gets to that part and he said, "You mean to tell me after the Red Legion broke?" He's like, "This thing still survives?" I lost. Shout out to Fallout Plays, man.
Yeah, Frosty's like, this helm literally has an F-22 on your forehead. Yeah, it's just like it's a jet on your head. So
love it. Shout out to Frosty.
So that's basically it, guys. Exotic. I mean, again, if you don't have enough reason to come back for Forsaken, by the way, if you have for some reason missed Destiny 2 entirely, $60 gets you all of Year 1 and Forsaken. That's insane. That's so much stuff to play.
That's so
Even
much.
if Curse of Osiris and Warmind aren't great, play it all together for $60 and then go enjoy Forsaken. You can be like, oh, everything just gets better as they go. So hashtag sorry they do kill Cade pretty quick if you're starting fresh, but you know, you'll get to it. So
yes, sir.
Well, that was probably a fairly long coverage on that, but we had to touch on it because
we missed a week, man. We had to get our thoughts on it.
Had to get our opinions out there. So heads up, Year 2 reveal stream is on Tuesday, so we're gonna have some stuff to talk about next week as well. We're gonna be here. You're gonna want to be here, but also you're gonna want to be there. Tuesday, August 7th, 10 a.m. Pacific, 1 p.m. Eastern. Join the stream. And we'll get to a little preview video, but basically they're showing like faster time to kill, 3-tap hand cannons. You've got the Ikelos shotgun going into your energy slot. It looks like things are changing and moving. We got more on that coming.
Interrupt you. Shout out to Dark Shadow for the chat. He's like, that helmet is the helm of Spirit Airlines.
You picked the worst airline, by the way.
Yeah, maybe he agrees with you. He hates it.
Yeah. So Crucible Labs did come through again. I missed it, unfortunately. So I don't know. Did you get a chance to play this at all? The lockdown?
I actually did not. I was so disinterested. I think I blame you. You turned me off from
what
it.
What did I do?
No, it's your fault. Like you were like, this is what are we really doing here? What are we, remember, because we thought it was going to be so much more. So it's not nothing I'm going to be wasting my time. I got grinds to do, man. I got, too much grinds.
Yeah. Last week would have been okay to work on some stuff, but yeah, grinding this week. You got Whisper of the Worm coming back this weekend, so that'll be back. But yeah, it's like zone control with a twist, basically just on percentages. So, I mean, in theory, it kind of sounds okay to bring that zone back where it's very, very... I do like that it is objective. We do need more of those. So another objective mode is cool, but again, it's just like, okay, it's zone control. Again, it's still fairly tame. One time I want them to be like, hey, we're going to break Crucible this weekend. There's going to be like 12 capture points, 200 kills. Just have a little fun once. I just want to see them do that one time just to get a little out there. That's all.
Agreed.
So take Crucible Labs a little farther. You'll be happy with us. So now we got to talk about this. No question about it.
Let's get to it.
So heads up, by the way, even if you haven't bought Forsaken, you're going to get to test out some things a week before.
Very cool. Very cool.
Weapon slot changes are coming on August 28th. So when Solstice of Heroes ends, we get to test them out. Now, for clarification, on August 28th, if you guys were following on Twitter, DMG said, hey, nothing's going to be available, so whatever's on your character, make sure it's clear. Not totally true. You won't be able to have access to your collections. You will still be able to have access to your vaults. So,
great clarification.
You'll be able to test out a lot more things. I was like, if you can only have what's on your character, that's going to be kind of tough. So we'll see a whole lot of stuff move around, and you can get a feel for your build before everything starts. And bulk shader deletion, you can clean up your inventory. The vault's going to be there. I love how it gives us a week to like prep everything, so I don't log in on Forsaken and have to do inventory for an hour. I have all that done. I log in and play.
And again, defending my point, look at what they're doing. Look at the roadmap. Look at every week we have something to do, to look forward to, and that is the ultimate, caveat. Like a really good gesture to keep. Again, they're breaking protocol, and I don't mind it in this case because the game needs it, and this is cool. I would have never thought we would have gotten weapon slot changes before the release of Forsaken, and that also helps the base that's on the fence, right? That's like, because remember that's like really key. Like, remember when we had Doc Amnesia on, these were the things. He was like, I am not coming back to Destiny until random rolls and weapon slots.
Bam.
Here we go.
Get
the plan, Doc.
So we've got weapon slot changes. So, I mean, as they showed in the little preview, they have a Whisper of the Worm on their back. And then also they're holding the Ikelos. So, I mean, that moves Ikelos out of power, which is already a hell of a shotgun, by the way. I still need to get that thing. So I'm going to be grinding me some Escalation Protocol at some point soon. I still have to do that for Triumphs. But those two alone, that's a hell of a combination. If you throw like a pulse rifle in there for like mid-range action, shotgun and sniper, like that gets back to the feel of like, okay, I'm up close, pull out my shotgun, bam, bam. I got a dude halfway across the map sniping me, strafe sideways, pick him up with Whisper of the Worm. Okay, back to tapping. That's the feel of the gun play that we miss. And it's Destiny 2 Year 1, experiment. Destiny 1 Year 1, also an experiment. You can say beta, you cannot, but honestly, it's a live game and they have to learn. They stepped out of their box. Now they're putting things in a new box. I just like that they're actually evolving. So like if they, and this is the point where I do want to, because some people are like, I just wish they would have done Destiny 1 Year 4 or whatever. I'm like, we wouldn't have, while growing pains suck, we wouldn't have the evolution to these weapon slot changes where it's all over the place. Now it would have just been the same. So.
No, you're right. It's to me, it's the perfect storm because it's the evolution of what we want. Right, we wanted this, but D1 didn't have this level of customization that they intend on implementing. So yeah, this is cool. You know what I'm saying? I like that they didn't just bring back verbatim exactly how D1 was. They're adding a little spice to it. This is gonna be interesting. Shout out to the chat. I was just saying, as far as ammo consumption, for the people worrying about OP builds, you got to keep that in mind. If you have a bunch of things all using special ammo and you're running, whatever, this three shotgun thing, what I'm saying? Like, is one's going to use power, no doubt, but you have to keep in mind of that thing, and that's going to create different dynamics.
Shout out real quick to Leprechaun in chat. Sorry about the house fire. Glad everybody's okay. But yeah, I mean, as he was saying, just rip my stream setup. It's one of those, and this will be one that I've heard people say it before as well. Sorry to go off on a tangent, but
no, not at all. So salute to Leprechaun. Hopefully, he gets things back in place. That's bad news.
It's just like they are material things. I'm very happy you're safe. Thank you for that.
Yes.
And again, for everybody out there, take a minute and be thankful for everything you've got. Remember, these are just video games. We're gonna chat. We're gonna be opinionated. We might get a little heated with stuff, but they are games. Life's outside of it. Enjoy it for a second. So just had to say that for a sec. Back to it though. So weapon slot's going to be cool. Going to get to touch on those milestones and challenges updates. So I don't know if the milestone refresh where it's like every 4 days is going to be coming. The raids on the weekly milestones more frequently. You're going to have some daily stuff. Like lots of things are going to be coming. Director updates. You're going to see the locations on the map. So they're literally prepping everything. So then Forsaken's just like go. Heroic story missions. This one I want to see.
Yeah.
Now, if they feel the way Solstice of Heroes does, hell yeah. Like that's the level of a heroic story mission.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. And low key, I mean, even though Osiris said, I do want to replay that story because it sucks that the way Destiny 2 is now. Once you do the campaign,
you can't play him again.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, exactly, right?
Yeah.
So it's just like, and I'm such an Osiris fanboy that even though that DLC was terrible for the most part, I did like just going through the story, trying to whatever information they get. I would love to kind of replay it, and because it's the only time I'm probably going to chance to get to see him. You know what I'm saying? When they bring these things back, because I'm not playing the standard one from the beginning again. You know what I'm saying? That kind of thing. So we shall see. But I'm very, very interested in, and what's underneath is what I'm second most looking forward to.
Both of these, honestly. Bulk
Yeah.
shader deletion, clean out that vault, clean out stuff, get rid of the crap you don't want to look at, get a little dust form.
Bro, you know how many Atlantic wash shaders?
And then blue geometry. Atlantic wash and blue geometry.
And it'd be those worst ones. You know which ones I can't stand to? Tangent. What you call
and Avalon Teal's the other one I have. Yeah.
Yeah, those are worse. I don't like Devon K shaders, man. them EDZ shaders, the tree bark stuff, they can
dead
keep
zone
that
bark and dead zone foliage.
They can keep that jungle forest shaders out of here. Like I'm deleting those. I got like 60 to 90 of each. Oh my god, it's killing me because sometimes you get the cool shaders, you only get limited, but then it's going to the post, master and stuff like that. Just give me that mass delete, done.
Yep. And vault space. This is just going to be nice to be like, all right, clean up some shaders, move vaults around. Mods are going to get all switched in. So, but the 200 vault, like log into Forsaken, not have to worry. You can, do a little mod space managing if you want, but like you can just jump in and go, and that's going to be great. So, yeah. Now, year 2, they got a few updates. Gear collections we know, which is just all the collections of your year 1 stuff. The exotics are updating. All those are going to be there. In-game triumphs like we've got, and also the new triumphs and lore tabs and all that stuff's coming. Weapon randomization, mod systems, which are starting to sound a little better. They did a little bit on that Q&A.
Yeah.
So they were saying for the armor, they're going to have mods for like one for ammo economy for like scout rifles, and the other one, I forget the other one.
Yo, one that got my ear was when he talked about in-air accuracy one.
Yes.
And I was like, yo, now I can actually attempt to use my Warlock build top tree Attunement of the Sky. Because once you're up there, these cool perks happen, but the in-air accuracy is so trash that,
doesn't matter.
Yeah, so now you give me that. I'm excited.
Yep. 3 new Crucible maps, 1 extra on PlayStation. It's fine. I mean,
yeah, whatever.
No, it's more like, honestly, like the rotation of the maps, there's enough in there that I feel like not too bad. 3 more is just more rotation. Yeah. And it's not just a PvP game where like, oh, here's more maps for a PvP. They're adding a boatload of other stuff and a few more maps. I'm like, it's fine. New Crucible mode, which, what is that called again? I haven't looked at stuff in too long.
Oh, man. Was it?
It's like
what's the name of it? I'm forgetting too.
Yeah, we're really good Destiny podcasters, guys.
Oh yeah, we're awesome. We're awesome.
Right here. But yeah, new Crucible mode. Go ahead and look that up if you want. But Power Matters and Iron Banner, Power Matters and Trial, in-game lore, new bounties, which hopefully will be more, maybe some exotics, which they've said there will be some exotic bounties, which woohoo. And more. So I mean, so much stuff is coming. And I love this though. Little demo.
Breakthrough.
That's right. And that's kind of like not a progressive thing, because what I picture breakthrough to be,
isn't it like zone control almost?
Like what I would like to see is something like, oh, I remember. So like if you capture the middle point, then you have to go like capture they go on the defensive if you lose, or you're on the offensive like from the middle. So you're spawning closer. So it's that whole thing. So I remember now. So it sounds kind of cool. Definitely more objective. It's got its rounds, but like if you go shoot for the middle, but then you can defend, then maybe you'll do all right, or vice versa. So has an interesting twist to it. On some of those though, I wish occasionally, like I know some modes are built for competitive, but what if it's just like random quick play with like the crazy matchmaking they've got going on, and just let us practice a little countdown, a little like other stuff in just quick play. I'd love to see those.
Yeah, just to be able to be selectable again. I agree.
Yep. So they got new challenges, all the critical, all that stuff is coming. So a couple dates. You guys know Solstice of Heroes began. The combat reveal stream is on the 7th on Tuesday. Mayhem also starts on Tuesday. After that, we've got our last Iron Banner. They've got Gamescom, which might probably be the final trailer. Doubles, I'm like, meh. Solstice of Heroes will end the day before the patch comes out, and then prep for Forsaken. So
Mhm.
decent little calendar there. Heads up, by the way, if you're struggling with your super kills and your green armor for Solstice, Mayhem is next week. If you're going to do it at all for your characters, do it then.
No doubt.
By the way, shout out to this thing. I already pre-ordered it. Destiny 2 Grimoire Anthology.
Woo!
It looks crispy, man. Like it even looks like the big like leather kind of like textured book.
Yeah, I like it. It's really clean. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's a way to have it all together. They're gonna have probably everything from D1, I'd imagine. So that's kind of awesome. I'm pretty sure when Bife saw this, he's like, he's like, and this will be the audio book of the Grimoire done by Bife.
Yeah. The funny thing, first shout out to Mylan Games, man, because this is one of the reasons why he was over there from the Destiny Summit. And did you see his tweet in reference to he talking to a random person who's a Destiny fan? And the guy was like, instead of like, he didn't realize who Mylan was, and he's just like, yeah, that's so cool. Like they almost reached out to Bife to get this done, and then like he's like facepalm, but he joked on himself, like he shout out to Bife. They both kind of took it well, because obviously we know the history. Bife should have been there. I mean, not to do this book, but he just should have been invited to the summit in general. So both of them, you know what I'm saying? So Mylan got it there, but it was kind of a funny story. It was like self-deprecating humor how he did it. And shout out to Mylan, man. He's a good dude, really humble, and I'm still glad. Obviously both of them won it, but at least they got the lore community at least represented by a person.
Yeah, so I mean, it looked really cool, even just the picture right here with Oryx. So there's just going to be a decent amount of graphics and art in there. I love how like every picture looks like it's got Destiny texturing. Just it's well done. I think it was $40, like I don't even know if it was $40. It wasn't that bad. It's like totally worth it for me. So if you're a Destiny fan, heads up. But other than that, New Monarchy did pull it out. Not very shocking. We got some more stats on the next TWAB. We'll get to that in a little bit, but. Dead Orbit, like, see, this is kind of the way I feel it went. If you got Dead Orbit, you grinded it out, then we moved on, and like the players who were grinding it every time and going for the level 50, who were like the hardcore, they were the ones who basically decided the faction ranks, because the players who pledged, Dead Orbit won every time.
Yes.
But the actual faction packages were basically by Catalyst. So Dead Orbit, Future, and then finally here. So hardcore players still pulling it out. And this is, again, another reason. Don't neglect your hardcore.
Yes.
They're making this happen for all your population. So
absolutely.
But yeah, not too much else, guys. This is, again, everything coming with Forsaken. So new story, Tangled Shore, Dreaming City, levels up to 600. You got Gambit, new raid, which I can't wait. New exotics, triumphs, all that stuff's in there, but you got to get the expansion. Seasons, that's for everybody. Remember, seasonal rewards, quality of life, Crucible maps, and the Crucible maps for everybody is like that's awesome. So, and then the annual pass, we'll just have to see Black Armory, Joker's Wild, Penumbra, no idea.
The interesting names. Very curious to see where they go with those.
Yeah, seriously. Like Penumbra has like a literally like astrological thing to it. The other two could be anything. Who knows?
Yeah.
So, number 2 this week at Bungie for this week. Finally, actually catching up chronologically to this week. If you guys haven't played the Spark mission, go do it. It's hilarious. So many servitors and so many jokes about that. But it's like, oh, just one servitor fine. Oh, there's 4. Oh my God, so many. It gets to be a little bit insane in kind of a fun way.
In a fun way, yeah. Cool spin, man. They're really doing cool stuff with the Reduxes.
Yeah. That's the type of stuff, like, I know it takes a whole year for us to get those, unfortunately, so I wish it didn't take as long. But that's how I want like some missions to like go back and be like, that's what I want a challenge mission to be like. That type of stuff is cool. So you don't need to see the story, you don't need to see the cutscenes, but have the meat of the mission and have some cool spin on it. That was cool.
Absolutely.
Some of the art this week, by the way, like these are really cool for Solstice of Heroes. This is hilarious. The like little nesting cup of servitors. Just nice art out there in the community. So first thing they started with this week is community highlights. Now, the numbers in this are kind of insane since it's just from Warmind on. And I almost have a hard time believing this on some
pages. I know.
Like, these are insane. So if you guys have been playing, you are part of this. We're going to start here with the faction stuff. So,
Mhm.
the number of characters who pledged. This is also, guys, if you're wondering how many people are playing,
Yeah.
Hunters pledged to Future War Cult. Hunters pledged to Dead Orbit.
Mm.
Dead Orbit obviously won. You guys can see because that was just general of everybody wanting the Catalyst the most. And then Hunters pledged New Monarchy. I know we don't have like, but I was like, even if you have one of each, there's still hundreds of thousands of players playing these things. So, and this is at a low spot in Destiny right now.
Exactly. That's the key. That's the key.
This is a low spot. Forsaken, you may as well double it easy, I think. So with the hype that's going on, it's a big year 2 expansion. I'm thinking it's going to be a good time for people to come back. So those are cool numbers to see. The engrams open. Dead Orbit absolutely crushed it, but I'm pretty sure that was the first week where most of that was in. When it comes to raids, this is the one that blows my mind. Since Warmind, there have been 6,400,000 normal raid clears. Wow. That's a lot.
That's a lot. That's a lot. That surprised me too. That definitely surprised me. Absolutely.
I mean, there's some that do it over and over and over. So I mean, some of this is skewed, but still, even 750,000 prestige raid clears, that hasn't been that long. So
no, you're right. And shout out to my team, man. What's up, Monkey Punch? What's going on? What's up, Lord? Kind of about this. We're doing good. It's good to be back. Yeah, like shout out to my clan on Little Podcast. I mean, dude, we run those things, man. Like, I got guys that run it like magic, and it's just like a streamlined machine and over and over. So that could be a factor that the base that has remained has stayed dedicated, but that's still a high number, So it's good to see like you said, during the quote unquote low point.
Yeah, and then you've got the amount of kills versus deaths in there. 1.6 billion kills in Leviathan. That's just crazy numbers. But these are sometimes cool to see. But honestly, it's just a big shout out for everything going on in the game. I'm not really surprised it's 263 million public events because that's all we ever do. We'll get to Solstice of Years in a little bit, but I'm actually glad for the variety. Escalation Protocol waves. That's higher than I expected because I can never get past 2. That's a whole lot of 1 and 2 right there.
Did I tell you I finally got it done?
Oh, nice. No, I didn't know that.
Sorry. Yeah, ain't get that. Orange is kind of brutal, man. At least for me, I didn't get anything. Me, Addict, and a couple of us running.
Oh, God.
Yeah, we did the whole 9. We did the 9-man thing, dude. We was able to do it.
Okay.
Dude, I'm going to tell you right now, just real
Kicking
quick.
people out and talking to them and stuff like that.
No, we didn't even do that. We just had like literally on Xbox, we had about 12 people in chat. Each one would go to a specific, the same area and like load in. And then once it only takes if you have that many people, it doesn't take that long for one to see the other. And then we would send we send groups of 2 to each person's, party that saw each other. And I'm going to say this for my first time, like really playing it, coordinated squad, like it almost feels that it needs to be a must in patrol spaces from that. I haven't had that much fun in a long time with this. It is when you've got a group. That's why they need matchmaking. It is so much fun, bro. RNG's a little wonky. I got like some armor, some boots, but I didn't get any weapon. You know what I'm saying? Because I really was, trying to get a weapon. But still, ton of fun, melting bosses, the sequences, stuff like that. To me, that should be a mandatory style mode in Patrol or have its own separate thing like Gambit.
Yeah, I mean, either a separate thing like Gambit, as you're saying, or meant something. Because that's what everyone says. The same thing exactly you did. Like, it's hard for some of us to get there, but when you finally get to do it, like coordination, people working together, working on the boss. Okay, you got to go and like one of them's like a big like knight where you got to pop your bubbles and use the swords on him to drop his shield, like reverse Crota style. Like, that's like a mini little raid in Patrol. It's kind of amazing, but like, how so many people somehow there's 77 million waves, but it's probably like 70 million level 1s, and then these are the rest of the people who finished it are like 7 million. But
no doubt.
It's a really, really, really cool thing, and I haven't even got to do it yet, so I'm looking forward to it as well. But I only hear awesome stuff when people actually get to finish it. So.
Yes.
And then here's the real ones. So hashtag spoilers, Whisper of the Worm is out there. That's a pretty small number. But when you want to talk small, Redrick's Claymore. And I'm honestly okay with it. I love that that's tiny. I love it.
I love it too. But I'm low key speaking to my clan, like, dude, I want this weapon. Like, I love seeing stuff like that with the rarity. That's what I'm like, I need, because just in case the meta changes, and let's just say high impact pulses get a buff. Now you throw that Desperado on.
Oh, it's crazy. Like, now, I will
could be
say in the next
meta.
month, oh, yeah, no, it's going to be crazy. But in the next month, like if I finish up or I'm kind of done with the whole grind, now that glory matchmaking is at least how it should be by point. Like if you're at 0, you start at 0, and that's who you're matching with.
Yeah.
At least if it's set up that way to get to Fabled, it's probably still going to be tough. You're going to have to find like some people to play with, but it's at least sounds something I could try if I, have some time. So that's actually, these are kind of cool stats. Like Whisper of the Worm, I love the secret quest. For one, it still looks awesome. That still looks like a dragon on the end, but Whisper's a beast, by the way. I saw Mesa's video of them taking on Eater of the Worlds. One phased him without even trying.
Wow, one phase Argos?
One phase Argos without just like hardly batting an eye. It was just like,
check that out. Wow.
Done. Like, so crazy fast. Well, it was also Prism, so they waited until it was solar, lit him up. So that's why this week is even better. It's got snipers and Prism, solar sniper, done.
Done, finished. Oh, gotta do it. Oh, I gotta do that.
Yeah. Like, I've got some time tomorrow. Shout out if you guys are looking for anybody on PC. I'm like going to be around most of the weekend because my wife's got some stuff she's doing. So probably be playing a lot.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, here's a little nice little tidbit to finish it up. 800 million. And that's just, this is like a joke at themselves, by the way.
Yeah, this is dumb playing.
Or bulk shader deletion. This is all the crap people don't want to get rid of. So
that's why you know it's coming, because they even clowning themselves on it. It's absolutely hilarious.
So heads up, as year 2 comes to a close, many of you are searching for every available item or piece of gear. So there are Destiny gear sets, which is kind of a thing they talked about. If you guys go there, you can see what you're missing, what you don't have, what you do, stuff like that. But when Forsaken launches, some things are going to like fade away because whatever's in year 1, the rolls are going to go away. Now, some things might get a buff and come back in a different way, but some things are just not coming back. So if you don't have them, like the ones I worry about was like, I need to like drop all my little weaponsmith parts so I can get more. I need one more Manan. I need a solar Manan.
Okay.
I have a void and an arc, but I need a third one for a solar. I don't think you're going to be able to switch like energy type.
That's a good question. Yeah, I don't know. Very good question.
I don't know if you're going to be able to switch like energy type anymore. So if you don't have like,
the specific one in the flow you got. Yeah, I tend to go void so I can rock with my Nazareth in the energy spot.
Okay.
But yeah, I mean, there's certain things you kind of need, weapon diversity, and it's gonna be interesting to see if those, since the old mod system, we hear is gonna be completely changed. How they're gonna handle that aspect with the elements. Do we still have the ability to change elements? So will be interesting.
So Vanguard, year 1 weapons and armor, seasonal rewards, Crucible, same thing, Gunsmith, basically the same thing, and some emblems there. Ikora, Trials of the Nine, Iron Banner, most year 1 stuff, probably not coming back. So use this time in your grinding, see if there's anything you don't have. I mean, if you do have one place where you're missing some stuff, you got some weapon parts you're holding on to and you don't have a Manan yet, dump some, see if you can get one, because you're going to get plenty more. But while these year 1 weapons will be retired from vendors, their stocks will be refreshed with new features, new gear featuring random rolls, which will be good because hopefully we get back to checking out the vendor gear, see if there's anything good. Like, I always kind of love checking those every week. Some items may return in year 2, but not exactly as you remember.
Right.
You were looking at 10 different better devils. Come September 4, a small number of weapons that you know and love will be updated to year 2 standards, featuring random rolls and a capacity to accept year 2 weapon mods. So that sounds like year 1 weapon mods may not. I don't know on the energy type. I feel like I heard somebody in a video say something, but I don't know. I'm gonna have to go like peruse Twitter, but
yeah, it's gonna be interesting, man. We haven't got. I don't remember anything definitive on it, but can't wait, man. I'm just excited for the prospect of. I mean, it's good that some of the year 1 stuff, will come back and stuff, but I'm just so excited about the prospects of the year 2 stuff. And it's going to be a genuine excitement to experiment with that kind of stuff.
It's going to be like, here's the question though. I hope they have some mods. I hope they have perks in year 2 that can keep up, because you can't have just like Nameless Midnight, Better Devils, Manan, and not have any random roll that's going to be better.
Facts.
They've got to make sure and have like stuff that's going to be better, or everyone's just going to upgrade Better Devils and Nameless Midnight, Manan, and it's not going to matter. So
yeah,
we'll see. They did a tiny little stream here, so I'll play it real quick for you guys.
That's cute.
Right here.
Yeah.
So watch how many shots this handgun takes, and this is going to tell you when they're going to talk about time to kill. 1, 2, 3. Done. Three tap better devils.
My hand cannons, man. That's like my first favorite archetype, man. And it pains me how they are right now. You know, the 4 tap is just brutal on a hand cannon. And hey, TTK, man, let's go. You know, and when I heard Wisniewski jump out and say that, and I said, okay, to me, this is sandbox. This is sandbox. I don't know if everything is gonna get TTK'd up, but my gut tells me, like I was telling you with the subclasses, everything that's weak, that they have the data now. It's, you know, year 2. Yeah. They have the data. That's one thing about Bungie. That's the way they operate. Shout out to Doc Amnesia again. They like to operate off data and a longer period of it. And now that they have it, hand cannons, high impact scouts, high impact pulses, those are hurting. You know what I mean? And grenade launchers, as always. But
oh my god, grenade launchers! I forget those are even a thing still.
I know, it's like, dude, if you don't got to play the game, so sad. Maybe one other, it's just like, why even bother? But yeah, it's gonna be. I think that's what we're gonna see. I think that's why I'm going crazy for Regix. My clan is like, oh, no one cares about that weapon, and I know how Bungie operates. My gut instinct tells me that archetype as a whole is going to get buffed. So you're going to be able to dust off old weapons and really see some new TTKs and some new effectiveness, and there's going to be new meta. I'm telling you, that's why when I saw this kind of stuff, I'm like, yep, I see you, Sandbox team. I know what's coming.
But this is the other thing. So this is where they're talking about Ikelos is being held, and he's got Whisper the Worm on his back. So the weapon slot changes are going to be potentially interesting.
Yes.
So looking forward to seeing what all move. You're gonna just have to like log in and look in your inventory and be like, all right, where's everything at? I have no idea. You're like, I'm looking for my Manan. It's a kinetic now. I'm looking for just like stuff's gonna move all around. So, and that'd be a thing. Like, so if energy slots don't matter, then maybe if the Manan turns into a scout, like then it's or a kinetic, it's not gonna. So I don't know what's gonna move around. So we'll see. Hard to tell. All right, so hold on. I gotta check and see what tabs I got up here. Okay,
sure. Let's go.
So before we get too far down, Solstice of Heroes.
Yeah,
let's talk.
What you want to talk about? Just in general.
What do you think about it? How so far? Like, how do you think they did with the event? Like, you've probably seen most of it so far. What do you feel?
Initially, very cool to go back to the tower in a different space. That really was a cool little thing. I like the voice thing with Ikora, and you know, I like the whole story behind it. It's kind of cool. Remembering what you did and remembering the old stuff. So I like that. I like the idea of weathered gear that, you know, you kind of physically renewing yourself from what happened. That's cool. I wouldn't say like this is a game-changing mode like that, but I will say this is the stuff, like I said, from a grind perspective, that a lot of people are going to be invested in. And I started it, you know what I mean? Some of the grind's a little wonky, you know, certain things, but there's a lot of the grind that's pretty easy. If you watch Ebontis' videos, you know what I'm saying?
Shameless plug.
Shameless plug for my man. But, you know, yeah, you can do stuff, solo farming and stuff like that. Now, this is not going to interest everything, but I think this is more of an ode to the hardcore, right? And especially with the moments of the triumph. And to me, this is just more testament that they know their base, right? Because at the end of the day, 400 gear and all that stuff, is it really important with Forsaken coming? No. But it's a show-off piece, right? Yep. I done this. I dedicated myself to this game, and now I'm being rewarded in some form, right? And that's what the hardcore want. That's literally what they want. You got to respect the time investment. And I think that's what this really is. And as a summer event, yeah, I like it. I thought it was a strong attempt. Is it perfect? No, but a very strong attempt out the box. And I'm definitely gonna be playing it. And you got so much versatility of modes and things that they want you to do per gear set. So that's me. You know, I give it a strong rating.
So what was your? I guess I'll give my opinions on it too.
Yes, please.
Yeah, I mean, just in general, Like going to the tower, having Ikora talk, getting her at least involved in something is nice because she's usually pretty.
Shout out to the worst Vanguard.
Not the worst. Like you don't want to piss her off, but man, she definitely sticks to herself.
Yes.
She's even over in the little New Monarchy side of the tower. I'm over here, not in the main.
I know.
But no, seriously, like it was kind of cool. The missions were fun first time through. I mean, if you replay them, it's fine. You're only going to do them 3 times. Like if you do it on, your characters will do it 3 times. If you do it on all 3, you'll do it 9. But I mean, it's playing through, and it gives you a reason to do some different things.
Yes.
And this is where I think faction rallies need to learn from this.
Yes.
Is the variety of activities we can, and basically it almost makes you do.
Yeah,
because it's gonna. Now the things that kind of annoy some people are Crucible.
Yeah.
Now 10 kills in Crucible, that's not that bad for the green, but it's the 30 super kills in Crucible. Now I had some games where I had one game I got 6. I was like I got 4, and then I got 2, and I was using hammers. And it's like the biggest thing I can say is if you guys are listening or watching, pick your super. Don't go Nova Bomb. You're going to use it on 1, and it's going to take you 30 games. Go. Go Dawnblade. Try and get at least 2 out of each one.
Yes.
And then some people are like, well, I pop my hammers, then everybody else pops their hammers at the same time. Look up at the top of the screen, see who has them available. If you want to at least get the most out of one super, everybody's going to start getting them and start popping them back and forth. It's like when I get heavy ammo. I'm going to get my heavy ammo, or I used to at least in D1, and hide for a second. Because heavy ammo would spawn at the same time for everybody.
Yes.
I'd let all the crazy people duke it out, hang out, and then once all of those people are dead, I'd walk out with my machine gun and have like 5 kills just because nobody can compare. So same thing. Save your super for a little longer, even if you only get 1 per match. So you're not like doing it at the same time 6 other supers are going on. So
yeah.
I mean, it's random matchmaking. It's going to be a little rough. And honestly, just wait for next week. Mayhem is coming. Biggest thing.
That's what I was just about to say. If you're frustrated with it, do everything else. Just wait for Mayhem, and then you can knock it out. Same deal.
And now, if you guys need help with the orbs, I got a video. The Nightfall this week, use the opening section. Just grind that thing out, because more orbs drop from the orange bar enemies and yellows. So there's just, heavy goblins in there all over the place. Melt those with your heavy ammo over and over and over. I had just like a smattering of all colors on the ground. It was hilarious. But yeah, so I think it's kind of cool. They make you go through the story. By the way, what's your favorite Redux mission?
To be honest, I haven't done a lot, but the servers are up there.
Spark is cool. Like Spark is cool.
That was cool. I'm trying to think. Yeah, pretty much that one right now. I'm not too far in because I was working on the Crucible stuff, and what I wanted to do all the grindy and annoying stuff during the week. So the weekend is just really about me doing the reduxes and finishing off the last parts of these checklists.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? So I knew the stuff I didn't want to do. And I said, you know what? Crucible, let me stick my behind in here and just get this thing done. You know what I mean? And I spent, 2 days, got it done, ran Nova, just waited. I always used it on when they would all clamp up. You know what I'm saying? And then I just throw the Slover, and that's how I at least get my whole goal was
Slover bomb.
Yeah, I gotta call it the Slover, baby. Like my whole thing is at minimum I want to get 2 kills with that super. That's what I was going for. So literally there were times where I was breaking rules and not really trying to control, do the triple play winning strategies just selfishly to get my super kills.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. So that's
but yeah,
what about you?
So, you go Slova over Dawnblade for more kills? Or you just feel like it's more of a guarantee?
It's more of a guarantee. The problem with Dawnblade, unfortunately, in PvP is, yes, it tracks. It doesn't have the distance you think it has. And it's not as accurate as you think it has from distance. Whereas the cool thing about Slova, even if they basically if they're all clamped up or not even that, let's just say they're across the map team shotting groups of 3 or 4, you could send that boy and they're going to scatter, but it's still going to hunt down one of them. And if anyone is in proximity, when it splits into 4, you're going to get a multiple one. So I feel ultimately it was more effective. That's where I'm at.
Fair enough. Yeah. I mean, Titan, I think hammers is probably an easy one.
Yeah.
For Hunter, I've seen a lot of Arc Striders, but I also think Golden Gun could be good too.
Yeah.
Depends on how the map's set up. Like if it's close quarters, go Arc Strider all day long. But if you got some range shots, go golden gun it. But yeah, for Warlock, I hadn't played it yet, so I was kind of curious. So I'll have to try both.
Yeah, try Slova, man. I'm telling you, Slova will get you there. You'll get anytime you get a super, you'll guarantee a 2, and just either use exotics or things that if you can to build up what you call it, to build up you want your super all the time. You know what I'm saying? So whatever anything that you have, actually Stormcaller with Crown of Tempest, that's a good one too.
There you go.
Because it just keeps it going, you know?
Yeah,
so these are things you just want to do.
Yep. So yeah, so pretty cool stuff. The armor upgrades are cool. Like you get the Scorch, then you're like, all right, so we bleached it, cleaned it up, and then we're gonna end up with the fancy stuff. Now I got like 2 of the glows from a couple packages.
Yeah.
Kind of liking them. And I also like how they pair up with your subclass and they glow even more. I like the subtlety of that, because if it's purple and you're like, it's subtle, but if you're going solar, bam, there it is. Like it's so much brighter.
Very cool. Very cool. Definitely like that. Nice touch. And to me, a low-key sneaky way of bringing chroma back, if you think about it. Right?
No, it's exactly what that is chroma.
It's chroma.
My curiosity is if chroma's going to be in Forsaken too.
Yeah, good question. I've always liked it. You know, it just adds another layer of customization, you know, and
you can be an insane rainbow or you can be coordinated.
Yeah, some people need to turn their chroma off though. I was like, yo,
yeah. You guys like, okay, chroma threw up, turn it off. We done. So, but yeah, so it's to get to 400 is doable. That's the key. It's a month, and everybody's like, "Oh, it's so much to do," or "I hate these like super kills." You have a month. We're on day 3. Same thing they said on Twitter. Take your time. Like, I mean, if you grind through it like some people did in 24 hours, which is insane, more power to you.
Shout out to you.
I didn't do it. I just got to blue.
Oh wow! I thought you were so ahead. I'm like, I'm behind.
I mean, I got blue. I've done a little bit on my Warlock, but no, I've been like focused on the Titan. And I worked for a couple shifts, so didn't get as much in. And then finally going to work on some blue and purple this weekend. But now one thing, and we'll get to a little tweak here in a second. So Redux missions are cool. So you got Homecoming, which is the first mission, which is cool. There's more enemies everywhere, which is kind of nice. There's some in some places. They even added a few scions you had to do so you didn't get picked off. So little tweaks and stuff. I'm kind of liking the additions. These are the way I hope basically all future missions, like hard, should be this level. Like, this is what I want. Absolutely. So if you've like, all right, I went through the campaign, I did the normal. You want to go play it again on hard? Okay, we're going to take the story stuff out, which, you know, you don't hear the commentary over and over, which is half good. And then they cranked everything up. So that was cool. Yeah, Spark cool. is insane. So many servitor, popping out more servitors. By the way, when it comes to payback, the tank mission, play it safe. You get 1 tank. One. Okay. So when you do this, don't go rush and be like, oh, I'm going to get another pad or whatever. You can heal this thing a little bit on the pads. Yeah. But that's it. If it's good, you got to do the whole thing by yourself. And there are so many enemies in there. It's going to take you like an hour.
Yeah, you're right.
Keep that tank. So that might be one to find a buddy.
Yes, these things. Shout out to Reddit. Someone had a post. It's like, for the love of God, take a fire team when you do these missions.
Seriously, some of them are like, I was watching, or I saw what Paul Tassie's. He's like, I'm so far in. I'm like, I've died so many times, but it's like, it's kind of the level of challenge. Some of us like want a little more than we like think we do, but it's like, at least it's something to like. I feel like if I'm working through it, it's like, okay, this is like a legit challenge for Destiny, which is good. But yeah, payback for sure. Take it slow. Absolutely. Almighty. They shortened that one up for sure, which isn't bad, but they definitely shortened it. But still always one of the coolest looking when you travel through that tunnel. Absolutely. Just that moment where you're like, I'm flying through an energy tunnel. Apparently, I'm okay. Because I'm in like a radioactive energy beam. I'm fine.
I'm fine.
But also you just look out and see the sun. It's just like one of those moments the first time you did it. I'm like, yeah, they still got some awesomeness to them. So Bungie's still crushing it. And then Chosen, he's also one you're probably going to want to group for. Okay. For one, there's little Scorpius, little miniguns everywhere in the little platforming part. But when you get to him, between the ads and also his like running around and stuff like that, solo is going to be rough. I got to do it solo. I haven't done him yet. I mean, I ran through all 5 with my brother to help him out, but you ran with 2 people. But by yourself, yeah, you're going to be it's going to be rough.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, also, what do you think of the moments of triumph so far? Those have been
Those are
fairly
cool.
cool.
Those
Yeah.
are cool, man. I've always liked stuff like that because it rewards like I know from day one, like I unlocked so many just off the jump, and I was just like,
Yeah.
wow, those are proud moments because it represents the hardcore and the dedication to the game, and you make sure you finish this raid and that raid. I actually got to get prestige, Eater of Worlds, and I still have not touched Spire of Stars at all. Never done it. So
I haven't either, so you're not alone.
okay, yeah, because I felt kind of bad. Called my family. He's like, yeah, man, you got to run you through. But it's just we're in this period right now with just so much to do, and I get caught up. And I've been really, doing a lot of stuff. Catalyst grind, Crucible grind. I'm so close because I'm so close to second prestige, and on Valor. Valor. Just got to put it out there. Ain't that nice?
Like I'm at Legend on my first one.
Yeah.
But I was like, I'm trying to make sure I get my what am I thinking of? I want to get my armor upgrade to count before I reset and be in the wrong place.
Ah, gotcha.
So that's why I haven't done it yet. Because I'm sitting there at it and I was like, I want it to count. So I heard like if it is at Legend, like you're at the highest level, I think you have to have it at that level, go in to at least a Crucible match, then it hopefully will tick off. Like so sometimes it's not counting if you're there. So just watch that one. But that's why I haven't gone for round 2 yet. So but I mean, overall, they're cool. They're like ultra bounties, just fun stuff to do. And this is what I hope we get so much more of in Forsaken.
Yes.
Got your cool ship, and you got your baseball, which I didn't quite realize it was. You got your saw blade over here.
Yes, sir.
Literally, when I did my weekly reset with my Warlock, I was like, "Oh, I'll record it on here." I was going through my first character. I got the
what you got?
Basically, I got the Chopper Sparrow.
Oh, I'm jealous, yo. I'm jelly. Are you serious?
I got it on my first, with my Warlock, the gift package. Bam, got it.
Wow, tight. Yeah. That looks mean. That looks tough.
Yeah, it looks cool. I still want the Tron one as well, but I was like, this is the one. It's totally unique. Doesn't look like a sparrow. Bam, got it. I was like,
love that design.
Yeah, video creator love there. I also got the fishing one already too.
Damn, you've been hitting it out the park, man. I haven't got really a lot of the cool stuff yet. I haven't really got none of that. Just I got the shell, the spiky shell. That one I got.
Oh, you did get the saw blade one?
I did get a saw blade. Yep, I got that. I got that one, man. That one's cool. They got some cool perks on. I was able to get rid of like 2 other ghosts because it was exotic and it had like 3 perks that I really wanted. So yeah, very cool.
Yeah. So overall, some pretty solid stuff. Generally, and again, it works as a checklist. So they learn their lesson on round 1. Checking those boxes now, so you won't be getting duplicates of anything like crazy like that. Developer insights. If you haven't seen it about this, check it out. It's cool stuff.
Yes.
Trying to see if there's anything else we got. But yeah, I feel like we covered it a lot faster than I thought.
Yeah, I thought this was gonna be super long point. We rocked.
Yeah. So, I mean, any other stuff you want to talk about right now? Feel of anything? Anybody in chat got any questions or anything right now for us? Because we actually got a little moment here.
This is rare. Like this was a legit flashpoint.
We had a ton of stuff to talk about, and I'm like an hour and 10 minutes ish right now. So.
Shout out to Chris Cobra Lee. He's in the chat. He's got most of his triumphs done. He's been through Legend many of times for Crucible. Few emotes on the ornaments for Soros Regime. RNG is serving you well, Ebontis. No doubt. Let's see what's going on, man. Favorite redux, check it out. Check it. Got a little quiet.
No, it's like level 33 and level 37 for my faction rally armor sets. I'll take a little bit of RNG, please.
Yes, please.
So yeah, that was like kind of my, I guess, getting a little bit back. But I mean, I look at everything.
I got one thing to talk about. I mean, real quick. I was gonna say, like, how excited are you for combat reveal stream? And looks like they're jumping right into form, right? With the whole stream, most likely like a stream every week. You think towards release? Like, what do you think they're at with that?
I was like, you think there's gonna be one every week?
Well, old format. I mean, excuse me, not every week. You're correct. I am wrong with that.
One big one, probably.
Usually it would be like almost like a bi-weekly thing, though, right? Because usually up to a major DLC, they would do like the weapons. They walk around. They'll show you this. They'll show you that.
I feel like that was Destiny 1. I feel like they've kind of chunked it all into one now for each expansion. I know this one's bigger, but I feel with everything we've seen from Game Informer, they've actually been linking to those. Right. I think this might be. if there might be one more at a max. Like I know this will be. I don't know what else they would do though. We've seen stuff about the story. We've seen a decent amount on Gambit already. I mean, and then now we're going to cover TTK, and so I don't know what else they would do for another one.
Because combat reveal, as much as I love that stuff, I low key feel it's niche. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah,
like to me, it's not like, you know, I can't see them just doing this and then okay, see you September. You know, like well, I think it's got to be like at least one more. Don't you think?
I mean, like Game Informer did a full mission playthrough. We've seen Gambit forever and ever. Yeah. I mean, unless they show like mods and stuff. Like I could see like mods and perks and armor and weapon, that being a specific one, but that could be tomorrow, like next week as well. So it's like I
hear what you're saying.
I was like, I'm just trying to think of what it would be.
Right.
I was like, I wouldn't be surprised marketing wise if they want to keep it going for sure for the hype and stuff like that. Like I could see one more, but like for content for a full stream, I'm actually racking my brain on what it would be.
Yeah, I know. I hear what you're saying. Like it's like almost everything that's been talked about so far. And you know,
like outside of going on spoiler territory, I feel like we covered a lot.
Yeah, you're right. I mean, last mini spoiler territory.
Heads up.
Heads up to the chat, and for anybody knows, shout out to Unknown Player, of course, on top of his game. Apparently, there's some type of collector set. Have you seen this with cards?
Yep. And the queen's in there.
Oh, okay, so you know what's up. Okay, so that's it. But I mean, we don't know what capacity, what role. It looked like the old version of the queen, which was right, the imagery right that she looked like prior to Oryx wiping them away. So it's interesting that it's like a low key spoiler, almost like when the toys come out and they kind of foreshadow like there was the Red War toys and Red Legion and all that. Then we knew we were fighting the Cabal, same kind of thing. Usually toys are notorious for kind of, springing that stuff as far as the direction. So it's going to be very interesting because I still think there's a lot of mystery there with her that they're holding back, which I have no problem with that. And, just to see obviously who the ultimate end game, we all have our theories, but, once the whole Aldrin thing is handled.
Savathun's a big theory. Yes. She might be taken. We might be involved. Queen's. How about Queen Savathun? Put them together.
Yeah.
Savathun checked with the Queen. She's all pissed off because we didn't treat her right, and now she's hell hath no fury like a woman scorned. No, I mean, I don't know. Like you can speculate all day long, but. See, I'm kind of curious. I look at legendary gear. That's another thing in the stream. If they're going to talk about like upgrading legendary gear in their ways they talk about, because you can get like 10 upgrade levels on your like masterwork or some crazy stuff like that for your. Some of those things are going to be interesting. So I love how they still said no exotic masterwork armor. That was one of those questions in the Q&A. They said no masterwork armor. I'm like, what?
I'm upset by that. I'm upset.
How is that not a thing? Like.
Yeah.
Even right now, if you don't balance all like the extra bonus, like at least let us masterwork it for the percentage.
Yeah.
Because otherwise, you use a masterwork and you give up the 10% now because it was 25 now. It's,
I mean,
25.
The only thing is that it just seems like maybe they can't come up with something. I don't know, man. Armor's always been that thing. Me and you. That's where I do agree with you. Armor's always been that thing with Destiny. Just very. They over casualize it, and it's a shame because the only thing that they revealed was that the D1 style perks would be kind of returning. So
like scout rifle ammo,
have thing, and this one, they have different perks on it, so it does make sense. Certain sets will have, thing. And do we got confirmation on the gear bonuses outside of some stupid emblem or something?
I mean, that's all they've said is like if you get a gear set, like you get a full collection of like Devrim K's armor, you might get an emblem for that. And I'm like, I'm so tired of emblems.
Yeah, I'm done with emblems. Like, come on. Like, I mean,
like I don't even think about changing them that often. Like, I finally got the kill death ratio perk for Crucible.
Yeah,
I got it this week.
Wow.
So,
but yeah,
but I still don't care about them that much. Like some are cool. Like the first time you get your raid one for like Siva, okay, that was a cool little like badge to say, okay, I completed it. But after a while, most people have them or they don't, or they're moving them around. So it doesn't clarify that much and say like, hey, I'm cool, or I did this, that, or the other, or even if you did, it doesn't do anything. I'm like, I want armor to matter. That's probably like if I was going to go into budget and want one thing, just like miss 5,000 watts, inner accuracy. Me, armor needs to matter. And I know that's vague and not specific, but like I want perks, I want builds, I want like set bonuses. The way the weapons feel is how the armor needs to feel. So I just
absolutely. They need to have that power fantasy there, you know, and they need to be able to do something. They're talking about investment all the time, you know. They're talking about investment with the weapons now, and what you call it, in Forsaken, leveling up with you and that kind of stuff. You have to do the same for armor. You know, again, this is where they kind of tote the line with, you know, casual, you know, shared shooter experience as opposed to, you know, a true dedicated MMO that ultimately a lot of people still want. So, you know, I get it. You know, sometimes they still have those little bit of those casual genes in their system. But man, it would be cool to see, you know, exotic armor, you know, truly full-fledged, or just at least give us like we've been saying it for years, right? Legendary gear set bonuses for having the entire Iron Banner set on. And, you know, well, you know,
little stuff like
little things, man, means a lot. It encourages diversity of play styles, you know. So
you know, and it just, I mean, the raid perks are a tiny step in the right direction. But if you have the full raid set of armor, give it a perk as well. Like if you're wearing a full set, you should get something for that.
Exactly. You're giving up an exotic slot. Like
that's the other key. Yeah, like combat exotics. But then I guess if they're wondering if they don't do set bonuses, then who would use an exotic? Like again, bump the exotics, but yeah, like gear set bonuses. I mean, that's like what Division is literally based around, is like their sets and their bonuses. If you have 2, you get this little perk. And it could be something just as similar, like, hey, if you're wearing 2 sets of the Devrim K set, you might get, you know, your grenade recharges a little bit faster or something. Even just something tiny like that would make me pick my builds differently. That's all I'm going for. Just have builds. Yeah.
Preach it. And that's, shout out to Kaibatu, because he's a big Division guy and he loves builds. And that's what the hardcore Division guys, they like that. You know what I'm saying? Like it really gets down to minutia with a plus this to this stat, and that stat, and depending on your play style. You know, imagine if Destiny had that. Like how much deeper it would be. You know, and they already took away the, you know, the perks subclass trees from us, and kind of it gave us the microwave version of you know what I'm saying? I got a hungry man. This is not a gourmet meal. Yeah, this is the can I choose what comes in it? No, you got this pre-made TV dinner class that you just gotta stay with.
I love that analogy. You're like, it's not the Gordon Ramsay 5-star. Put it all together, get the ingredients at the right temperatures, perfect cook level, get that nice sear on the steak. No, I just like, I well done a sirloin to shoe leather. It's like
exactly, man. There's so many times you're forcing me to have fries with a certain meal. Like, let me mix
I want that cup of fruit. I need some Chick-fil-A variety. Come on.
One, man, we had it. You know, you had at least that level. You messed around with those nodes, right? And so it got to the point they got mad because remember some builds were like so much better than others. And I remember, rest in peace, the Sun Singer Warlock grenades with the Viking funeral.
That's what made D1 like.
Facts.
That was it. Like those pieces are like, I mean, okay, so I was part of literally like my Nightfall setup. Like, okay, so if I'm running solo, I want to turn on the perk that's going to make sure when I get a solar type kill, I get healing back. But if I'm running with a group, that's not as crucial because I've got reses, so I can go for more explosions on my hammers and things like it. Like it changes your playstyle. It really does. So I mean, if perks are going to be smaller, I mean, even just something where it's like, okay, so I'm wearing 2 pieces of Gambit. I have more sword ammo. Like even just random specific stuff where if you eventually hunt around, like maybe Sloan on Titan has like 5 pieces, gets you like, you know, an extra rocket perk or little things like that give you a reason to go hunt stuff down. And I think that's, if they want it to be a hobby, they need to get that in. And that's the last piece. And I don't think it has to be crazy, like 5.376% like division level of perks.
Right. Absolutely.
I don't think it has to be that. I think it can be just literally like, you know, faster grenade recharge time or more ammo here. It doesn't have to be quite as detailed, but some bonus when wearing multiple pieces. Just gives you a reason to
absolutely.
Like, I need to go grind on Titan for a little while, get a few more tokens, and go for that, that second piece of armor, like whatever. So those are the little things I know we want. I've said it for I don't even know how many podcasts. Armor needs work, and I'm gonna be like Dustin. Mine's gonna be now. How many days since the armor from Destiny 2 does not suck?
I know. And ultimately, it may be a D3 thing, which would suck. But I'm hoping between the next couple of expansions with these weird names, with Penumbra and Wild Joker. What was the other one? I forgot.
Joker's Wild, Penumbra,
Joker's Wild. Yeah,
Armor.
Weird names. But hey, at least content's coming. Hopefully, you can say between this time, if they stick to the mission with what they've been doing so far, each release they've been adding something and changing stuff. So one could hope that maybe we evolved and don't have to wait till a D3. So let's see. But I'm hyped, man. I'm really hyped. As we're getting closer each week, I feel like there's some new news that gets me excited. We got a stream literally coming out. How you want to handle, man? What you want to do?
What are you asking?
As far as
for the stream? If we want to recap it or save it for Friday, we can probably save it for Friday.
Sure, no problem.
Absolutely.
No, but are we holding out like we did last time? We don't.
Oh, are we gonna fresh watch?
I ain't waiting till Friday, man.
Oh damn! I didn't think about that.
We gotta talk about that because that's a big one. We can break it down offline, but we got to decide how we're gonna handle the format, man. Because this is.
We'll decide before Tuesday between he and I, and then we'll kind of announce, be like, "Hey, fresh reactions." Yes. I mean, I won't be able to watch YouTube for 3 days if we do that because everyone else is going to talk about it.
I would go crazy. The most I could probably hold out is 1 day, but I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah, it's like honestly, like stuff like time to kill and weapon slots is not like the reveal of Forsaken though, because like that 9-minute Vidoc was so much to cover. Yeah. I have a feeling this might actually be a little more tame. Like we'll get some info, but we've got so much already. I feel like, there'd be some cool moments, but honestly, if you waited, I feel like you'd probably be all right.
Yeah, no doubt.
I don't know. We'll talk and figure that out, but one way or another, next week will be TWAB and reveal stream coverage, mostly talking about what's in there. Mm-hmm. But yeah, I'm looking forward to everything. My brother was nice enough for my birthday to buy me Monster Hunter on PC because it's amazing. Salute. The only problem with that is it comes out like Tuesday.
Yeah,
right in the middle of Solstice, and I'm
listen, I've become because of Solstice, because of all these things, rallies, and dude, I'm back full time. Other games are just suffering, man, and I know how it is. This is when Destiny becomes a full-time job, which is low key what we love. So
yeah. But it's like I neglect so many games. Like I didn't play a couple of years ago. Many things got neglected because of Destiny. So. Mm-hmm. Damn you, Destiny!
Stealing my life.
Yeah, but honestly, like great stuff coming. So few weeks away, guys. It's August. Forsaken is literally 32 days away.
Yeah, man, almost there.
Yeah. So
I got a full week off of work. I'm ready.
Oh damn! Yeah, you're ahead of me.
I ain't playing
much time because I had a couple trips, so I'm gonna be off and out. I might see. I know I'll probably work Tuesday morning if my schedule stays, but outside of that, I'm gonna have to see what I can do. So, but other than that, guys, I think we can wrap it up here.
Yes,
Thank you for hanging out, everybody in chat. It was awesome to talk with all you guys. Some before the chat started, some during, and always hit me up on twitter.tv or twitch.tv Abontis. If you guys are right there, follow me. You guys will know when I'll stream. I'll probably stream a decent amount this weekend since I know I've got a lot of time. Twitter.com, always our crazy antics or just updates of what we got. YouTube, hit me up on there, guys. If you have not subscribed, hit up both of us, both Iron Lords podcast and Ebontis channel.
Yes.
My artist for my logo redesign you guys heard about. I was out of town, so that got like pushed off, and then it came back, and his whole world got like he lost like all his info, like he had a hard drive crash. So he's got to rebuild mine, which he still got the images, so it probably won't take too long. But overall, that'll be coming. And yeah, just follow us everywhere. We're gonna keep the stuff coming for you. So I'm trying to figure out what videos I'll do this weekend for. What would be most useful for you? Like a solo playthrough on a mission, tips on like super kills in Crucible.
Yeah, just tips. I mean, I think everybody's in the grind, so just like tips on effective strategies. Like I said, I loved. Please watch Ebontis' Whisper of the Worm. Like I said, if you still haven't got a chance to do it, as a terrible jumper, it was much appreciated. What I'm saying? Yeah. Terrible wall.
How was the glitch to get? Because you glitched into it, right?
Yeah, I glitched in.
How hard was that to do through the video?
Not that difficult. I got it on my second or third attempt, if I remember. Like, it wasn't that hard. I just literally follow your instructions step by step, and then, specifically, I'm such a terrible warlock jumper because of the floofing that I got to yeah, exactly, So I got frustrated because my clan mates were already in the room doing so much. Like they could almost have two-manned it,
Yeah.
but just me getting to the room would have helped. You know what I mean? And I got so frustrated. I didn't, because of your video, it actually gave me a little more confidence. Like, oh, I wasn't that far. I literally just kept going into the wrong orb that could have got me into that room, with the room with the globes. So
the circles,
yeah, that's where I kept going too far. I went off into where a secret chest was. Didn't know, then I just kept going in the wrong. It was a disaster. So they ended up not doing it on my first attempt. I was able to get back in there and then kind of, like I said, watch your thing and then went through and I'm like, boom, not this time. Last one on the top right. I know where to go. You know what I'm saying? And then got into that room and then we started DPS and going crazy. So yeah, like I said, if anybody hasn't done that. So I think for you, yeah, summer solstice stuff, kind of easier farms and stuff like that, ways to kind of,
Heads up, by the way, if you're a Titan, the solar kills for the blue set, solar super kills for your blue, the 350 level headpiece is ultra slow on Titans. It's kind of broken.
Oh, wow. That sucks.
So heads up, that's going to be a grind. Yeah. The other subclasses, not so much. But yeah, solar super kills. Because I finished like solar something else and I was like done. I was like, and I'm at 13% on the headpiece. I was like, what the hell? So it's going to be like, go to a public event flag, throw that stuff. Go to another, like, it's going to be like, I mean, that's the general grind to say it anyway. I mean, I said that probably in the other video that I did for upgrading, but actual examples of that's probably the way to do it. So,
absolutely.
Yeah. Shout out. You got Iron Lords podcast coming up on Sunday.
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks, Chris Cobo, for shouting out for Flashpoint. Yes, you need to subscribe to Abantis, please. Get on that. Sunday, man, the Lords return to the realm of the Lords on Sunday, 1 p.m. Eastern on the Inner Circle Network YouTube channel. And we will have Lord Boomstick, veteran gamer, very knowledgeable and diverse lineup of games that he covers and plays, as well as the 3 podcasts he runs. He's pretty not that new in the community, but he's been rocking a while and he's just been growing and love the vibe. So Lord Boomstick will be in the building Sunday, 1 p.m. Eastern. Obviously, on the ILP channel, you still have Flashpoint and you still have ILP and, of course, Combat Talk with the King, talking everything in boxing, mixed martial arts, all that good stuff. So please check us out. And again, make sure you sub to my brethren, Ebontis, man. Great contact. The man helped the poor warlock jumper. Salute him. You know what I'm saying? Like, he has sympathy for my class. I respect that. What you got?
That's about it. Yeah, me too. So Twitch, Twitter, YouTube, follow us, find us, hit us up. If you're on PC, I'm Ebontis number 1305.
Nice.
That's me on PC. I'm Ebontis everywhere else, but that's where I'm playing Destiny right now because it just looks too pretty and I can't get away from it.
Yeah, listen.
It's not even like the looks. It could look the exact
frame rate,
but it's the feel of the game.
Batu hit me. He's like, "Oh man, I want to see you guys play." I said, "Look, I'm trying, but I said I understand what he's going through. It's after you've been to the mountaintop. There's no going.
Can't go play at base camp again. Yeah, you up at the peak, looking at pretty, seeing everything. You can't go back down looking through the fog.
All I can pray for is next generation crossplay. That's all I can pray for.
No, whenever you build your computer, you get to join me.
You bullshit, man.
No, you got to do that.
Oh man, I guess it
up and everything. So when it happens, you have to join me on PC. Okay. I'll help you along the way.
I know you gotta help me with my bill because I gotta get my
bill. Shout out, by the way, if you buy the collection, the $60 Forsaken, and all of year one bundle, you're gonna be able to get that boost for your character.
Yeah, I need that boost, and that really, yeah. See, you trying to put pressure on me.
Of course I am. Why know. That's exactly what I'm doing. Yes,
I love 100%. It. I love it. Yo, real quick, Xbox. I forgot to guys that I'm on. I'm on Xbox as Lord Cognito. So Lord with the space, and then yeah, man, PC hopefully soon. You know what I'm saying? And on Twitter is Lord Cognito as well. So that's what I got.
That's about it, I guess. It feels like we blew through that faster than I thought we would.
Yeah, we actually getting better at our namesake.
Yeah. Yeah, a little closer to it. So I know we kind of rambled on here, but yeah, you guys got the most of it. But yeah, next week we'll talk about the TTK reveal, see if they cover weapons, armor, and stuff moving around. Who knows? See what all that has to hold. And then outside of that, enjoy the grinds on Solstice, guys. It's fun. At least if nothing else, if the grinds like don't really do it for you, go try the missions, even if it's with a couple of buddies, just to experience the Redux ones once. Because they're cool. And you probably won't be able to see them that way again. So have some fun with that. Enjoy. Pre-order the game. Don't pre-order the game. Wait for us to tell you it's cool after it comes out, because Flashpoint on September 7th is probably going to be redonkulous.
Yeah. Oh my God. I can't wait, man. I'm hyped. We're getting close.
Yep. So that is about it, guys. To everybody, thank you, as always, for the support, the chat, and the love. Every week's great because of you guys. So thank you. Thank you.
Absolutely. Everyone have a good one.
Have a good one. See you soon. Bye.
Peace.